my screen. I'm going to go ahead and just jump into the intro. Hello, my name is Dion. I call this the crazy troll nation of YouTube. Why do I call it that? Crazy concept. It's okay to be your authentic self in a world where people will tell you who and how you should be. The audacity. The troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. You set the standard for yourself. Try not to feel like you need to use a certain brand, a certain tool, or a certain technique because that's what they're telling you in whatever video you're watching. I'm here to let you know, wear whatever you want to, however you want to get your makeup on in a way that you are satisfied with it. Here at the Crazy Troll Nation, we believe in self-acceptance and self-love, enhancing, accepting our natural features. Hey, Janet. Enhancing them if we want to, when we want to, but never feeling like we have to. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even when you're not wearing face paint. So that's the motto of the Crazy Troll Nation. Love yourself for however and whoever you are, and accept yourself. And if you want to wear makeup, wear it just because you want to and not because you feel like you need to. And so that's what we live by as best we can. Two things about me: sometimes I curse because sometimes I curse. The other thing is there's an organism named Bruce that lives in my throat that likes to randomly hiccup, gurgle, and belch. I try to be aware of him to say excuse me. If you hear him, I don't say anything. Just know for whatever strange reason I was not aware. And so that is it. So today we are doing another beauty battle. And we did one yesterday, and we're going to do another one Thursday. I have a budding migraine today, so I did my brows early, and I did the back comb thing. I have all my stuff here. Most of these are the brushes I used yesterday. Yes, I washed them. So today our battle is going to be between Natasha and MAC. I love both brands. I love both formulas. I love that they both have, a long PAO. So this is what, let me do it this way. So the top is the Glam palette from Natasha Denona. The bottom is Unfiltered Nudes from MAC. I highly recommend these MAC Connected Color palettes. There's three. There's this one, Unfiltered Nudes. There's Hi-Fi Color. We're going to do a battle Thursday with that, and a Natasha Circle Local palette. And they also have Future Flames. And of course, MAC sells them, and Ulta, and now Sephora. When they have sales or coupon codes, that's when I recommend them. The shadows, easy to work with. About the MAC, easy to work with. They're not messy. It's just going to work. And Natasha, I think most of you might be familiar with Natasha. I love her formula as well. So as far as price, MAC is a little less expensive than Natasha, and you get less shades. The MAC is $12, Natasha is $15. So I guess you kind of pay for what you get, I guess. So these are what they look like together. And I started talking in last night's live a little bit about, I'm already thinking ahead to my kit for next year. Because I want to condense the number of palettes that I have. And these two do have similar shades, definitely similar vibes. The Glam palette up top gives me more versatility because it has more lighter shades than the MAC. Hi Maya, how are you? Because if I have a lighter skinned client, this row right here is going to be very key. They may not want all of this in the MAC palette, which will give a smokier look. But part of me wants to have both in my kit, and part of me is like, I don't need to have both in the kit. If I had to choose, I don't know what I would choose. So one eye we're going to do with the MAC, one eye, thank you Mia, and one eye we're going to do with the Natasha. And y'all are going to tell me which eye has which palette. We are going to do a giveaway. Yesterday's live stream, both Janet and Tanya guessed correctly. This is my left side. And they guessed correctly that this was the Notoriously Morbid Spellcast Beauty side. So how we're going to do the giveaway is between last night, tonight, and Thursday's Beauty Face Off, whoever guessed correctly the most, which can only be three because we're only doing 3 beauty battles, they will win a prize. What the prize is going to be, it may just be a $25 Penzies gift card, or it may be an actual product. I don't know yet. And so, but there will be a giveaway. And so I am committing to that. And I did write down the 2 who guessed correctly last night. And so we're going to start with our base face. My eyes were burning horribly yesterday. This is the only new thing I tried. We're going to use this again today. um, just to see what, if anything, happened. And so I am sweating. I do have a budding migraine. I took a med to counteract that because it makes me loopy. This is Beauty Bio, the eyeliner concentrate. I did drink some Mountain Dew. I am hydrated. This is my hormonal time. And even though I just had my treatment, it doesn't work for hormonal triggers. And it always doesn't work for environmental triggers, like barometric pressure changes in the air and stuff like that. But for the most part, it works for everything else, which is hella cool, because if you deal with migraines, you know, it can wreck your whole day, week. But at least I know when to expect them, which is great. Hey Tony, how are you? How are you doing tonight? I didn't mess around with the chat. I didn't moderate. I keep meaning to test again at the end, if it's going to make the chat disappear or not, but then I keep forgetting. So if I remember tonight, we'll try it, because I don't want to click all messages and then it disappears like it did the last 2 times when I clicked all messages. We're going to do a full pump of the Milk Hydro Grip Primer, and then just another dollop. That dollop is going to go under my nose. I'm going to use that pink again today. I was wondering why it looks so good until I put foundation and powder on it, and I think it might be the powder. Like, I don't know if it's lifting the makeup in any kind of way. You are missing your controls again. You want to restart your phone. Oh, no. Okay. So we're going to put, this is the full pump. This is the dollop. And we're going to take that and we're going to put that under here. YouTube is making a lot of changes. And they always are, but it's just like... And so we're going to put the orange Prime Promedics Under Eye Brightening Concealer. We're going to put this under our eyes. That's what this looks like. And this is a Real Techniques number 210 brush. And we're just going to tap 4 times, and we're going to put this under here. I don't necessarily want my under eyes brighter. I just want it to be more even with the rest of my face. It's still missing? Oh no. Oh man. Yeah, they've been doing a lot of stuff lately. I posted on my community tab for other content creators that watch me. Nick Nimmin breaking down the changes in how they're counting views. So now there's going to be views and engaged views. And so it sounds confusing. I like the way Nick broke it down, and I also put why I think it's a good thing, because I say a lot of times, even though my views for lives are good for my size channel, most people just come and go. And I think that explains why like such a high percentage of my viewers are not subscribed, because horizontal lives, is this horizontal or vertical? Horizontal lives, no, this is vertical. Vertical lives show up where the shorts are. And so when people are scrolling through shorts, they'll see my live and they may stop, they may stay for a few moments and then leave. And so they're counting, they're going to start, I think, as of the 24th of this month. We're going to use this pink again like we used last night. This was the orange. We're going to use the other side. And we're going to put this under here. So they're going to count if they see that first frame, which I'm guessing is like the first second, because like I don't understand what the frames are, but so even if somebody's scrolling and they stop, hey Vanessa, they're going to count that as a view, but it's not an engaged view. And so you'll have to dig in your analytics to see the number of your engaged views. And so it sounds confusing, but it's really not. Those who stay, those are the ones that count. If they just come and stay for a second or two, they're going to count it as a view, but it's not going to count as an engaged view. And that's why I think some people are getting confused. But I did post that on my community tab, next video. We're going to Natasha Denona High Glam. Hey Lock, you snuck in. You just had to change the chat over to a second screen, says Janet. We're going to put our usual 3 dots of concealer here, just really small dots, and we're going to use the flat side for down here. And we're going to put that away. And we're going to use this brush. This is the one I use to blend out the primer. I'm going to blend this down. So Janessa and Locke, we're doing the Glam palette from Natasha against Max Unfiltered Nudes. And I think it's going to be interesting. Their formulas are different. So part of me is thinking those of you who are familiar with Natasha, I think y'all will be able to know like which one is which. I mentioned earlier we are going to do a giveaway. Whoever has the most correct guesses will win a prize. Last night we had 2 who guessed correctly. That was Janet and Tanya. And I did mark that in my calendar. And so the most correct guesses you can have is 3, because we're only doing 3 beauty battles. And the only thing that's unfortunate is you have to be in the live in order to qualify, because I do the reveal at the end. So if somebody's watching a replay, they're going to see it. So that's the only unfortunate part. But I don't know. I'm thinking Penzies gift card, because I have those, a $25 gift card for Penzies. But then I was thinking maybe one of my backups, and so I did take out my stash, my backup stash for me, and it's really not a lot in there anymore. Next I'll show y'all what's in there, because I have been really good about just, and the no bias helped me too. Like just having like what I need for that year. This is looking really good. Then it's going to not look good. So what's in my backup? My backups. This is my backups. So I don't know if it's going to be something out of here. We're going to look at it and we'll see. Probably not. Maybe. And then it depends on if it's 1 or 2, because if it's 2 winners, I want them to get the same thing. These are just backup lashes. These are for gems, extra lashes. So these are not going anywhere. The only other things in here. Oh, this is the extra blood thing. I don't know how I ended up with 2 of those. And I have 3 Fashion Fair powders, which I go through very quickly. Maybe. No. Do I have another lip oil over there? I do have a lip oil over there. And I have 2 in my backups. One is... Oh, wait a minute. These have expiration dates. Oh, no. It's the manufacturing date. One is... This is Sangria. And it's the plumping lip oil, like the one y'all see me use all the time. And this one is Pink Champagne. They look exactly the same on me though. They're just lip oils. So I do have 2 of these in here. So maybe we'll give away those. We have a City Beauty Beyond Mascara, which I like. These are not being given away. These are the Esom mascaras. I can tell y'all that right now. That they will be given away. Not at all. And we have 1 brow pencil left. And the rest stuff is Fenty foundation and Fenty primer. So it might be the lip oils. Because if I do give away my lip oil, and after I use the last one I have, I can use the Max lip oils for the beginning of the live streams and videos, because I do always put on, as you know, if y'all been here, extra moisture on my lips before we start. So it might be those, because those are really nice. It says it's plumping. I don't know. But so it might be those. And I was also thinking gift cards, because they're inexpensive to mail. Y'all, shipment prices are outrageous. Most videos 30 frames per second. So a frame is 1/30th of a second. So yeah, the very, very beginning moment. Yes, so they were, and Nick was saying if they have their phone or whatever, their YouTube on autoplay, it'll autoplay, and then they'll look at it and just click out. And so it is going to be confusing to some people, because their view count is going to go up. But like I have been saying before, I don't think there are people who stay, because my watch time is still fairly low. So if I'm getting like, 1,500 views, why is my watch time still low? You know what I'm saying? And so it made sense to me, because I'm like, I've been saying that I did wipe my lens. Y'all see that little haze? The Fenty Luminous foundation. And so it makes sense to me because that goes along with what I've been saying all this time. Like, there's no way all of those people are watching and my watch time is still really low. Well, low for me, but I'm going to take a Real Techniques number 200 brush. I'm going to smash that together. But for people who don't know, they'll be like, oh, I got all these watch times. And they're going to confuse it with that's what's required for the new monetization requirements. And I thought that was kind of suspicious. And Nick said it too. He was like, you know, it's just the timing. So you increase the views and the watch time, and now you're changing what views are. So some people are going to be like, oh, wow, yeah, I got the views, but really you don't because they're not engaged views. And I knew something was up because they kept saying, the YouTube creator video, they kept saying engaged views, and they weren't saying just views. And so that to me was like, why are you differentiating between engaged views and just regular views? But that was why. And so it's only going to affect those of us doing long form content, because short is a short, you know. But long form goes by subscriber count and watch time, which has nothing to do with views. But he was saying it may be misleading to brands, because sometimes they will just look at, you know, your subscriber count and your views, and they're like, oh wow, this person's getting, you know, 20,000 views on, you know, every video, when really it's not engaged views. And so in that sense it can be misleading, but I really like how Nick breaks it down. And even though this is what he doesn't sugarcoat and he's not dramatic like some of the other channels, and that's why I watch him. And I also watch Kevin Chi, because he's just real down to earth, get in, get out, say what you gotta say, not all the dramatics and saying, I'm gonna tell you this, and then, you know, they wait till the last 30 seconds of the video and then tell you what they said in the beginning they was going to tell you. Like, I don't like that stuff. We're going to use both of these curved cases. Janessa sent me both of these. I'm going to wipe my screen again because this little haziness thing is kind of, excuse me, annoying to me just a little bit. So she sent me before the cream one. So we're going to use this. And recently she sent me the pressed powder one. After I put on cream products, I do powder down, and then I usually put, if I have a corresponding powder shade, I will put that on top of where the cream was, which is then underneath the setting powder. So we're going to use these today, and you see my face. I'm excited. I have used this quite a few times. You see the little marks in there. I usually use these brushes for that because they give me more control than these brushes, because these are bigger. But we're going to take out one of those because we might use that for blush. I'm not sure. Let me take out two more of the smaller ones. So YouTube is just doing a whole lot of stuff. I don't know who asked for this stuff. I don't know. So for the cream, these do look different in person. The tone is a little different. These three look almost the same here. This is a lot darker, but it also looks a little cooler at the same time. So I don't think I want to use that for my contour. Let's go in. I seem to think I use this one a lot because that hole is bigger than this one. So let's just take this one, and the names are on the back with the colors, which I appreciate. So we're taking this one. Hey, wonderful Joe. Oh my gosh, that sounds painful. Oh, it actually hurt this time. An ablation, is that when they cut something off? But you should be better by Thursday. And we're just going to come straight down, because you can see already where my contour is. And so I just follow that. And if you don't know where yours is, you can go like this and it should pop out. Or you can just by touch feel where your bone is. Or some people do this. But I'm like, this to me doesn't reach back here. And so I don't do that. It's where they burn. Ooh. Ow. Damn, I don't even know what to say, but thank you for being here, Joe, because I would be laid out. And you know what? I seem to think I've had that before for something, but I don't remember for what. And so we're blending upwards. So this line down here is going to stay. So that's going to give us that chisel, which I usually don't even go for, and by the time we powder down, it's not going to look that stark. And so we're going on the line and blending upward. I heard somebody say to put your contour up higher. And they said that because they said when you start blending it, it's going to end up lower down. And I'm like, not if you go on a line and go upward. It's not going to end up further down. So it just depends on how you do your makeup. And I say quite often that when you are listening to somebody explain something, look at what they're doing, because how they're doing it may explain why they're saying what they're saying. Because I will never have contour down here from blending because I blend upward and not down below the line. You see what I'm saying? And so, and those are things that I learned over time, because there was a time when, you know, somebody would say, don't do this, don't do that. And I'm like, okay. And I didn't understand why. And then when I thought about it, I'm like, wait, that don't make sense. And we're just coming along our jaw. Boom. Which you might can't see because I know I'm behind the chat. Should I tilt my camera, y'all? Or are y'all okay with... Now, in this one, we are going to blend downward. Contour creates a shadow, so it looks like things are further back, whereas highlighter, it makes it brighter, so it makes it look bigger and more forward. Oh, thank you, Tina. How you doing, buddy? And bronzer is just supposed to, the concept is that it makes you look sun-kissed, like you've been out in the sun. I've been out in the sun, I tan easily, but my face you cannot tell. But if you look at my feet when I take my flip-flops off, it's like, girl, look at that light patch. So I wear flip-flops, and so it's a light patch where the straps are. It's like, eesh. But to me, my face don't look no different. But I do still have some mild sunburn on my nose. It's still peeling a little bit. So we're gonna put that down. So that makes this look really pasty. Oh damn. Now we're gonna use one of these we're gonna use this one as a blush. Do I want to take, no, a bronzer. We're gonna use this brush. I'm gonna just go straight in, and we're gonna just come just above where the contour is, and then we just want to just pat it. We just want to go in a straight line and pat it a little bit over that top contour line. I really need to do another video for the pro side, and it's going to be a full face, but I'll break it up. I don't know if I'm going to be able to break it up because my laptop still is not recognizing my gallery from in my phone. It'll say the gallery is empty, and on my phone, y'all, there's like, I don't even know how many pictures is in my gallery. So that to me is just strange. Let's see. We're gonna just take whatever's here, whatever's left in the brush up here. Sometimes I put contour up here and across, but this time I forgot. So this whatever's in the brush, and y'all saw we only used a little bit. With cream, you do not need to do a lot because it spreads like crazy. And now we're gonna take another one for our blush. What are we gonna use? I'm thinking we're gonna use this one for blush. I'm wondering if this is going to look similar to this one, even though it is a different tone. So we're going to put that up here. What did we use? This one. Oh, thank you, Joe. Please give me the thumbs up, our beautiful hostess. Thank you, Joe. I'm trying to remember for when Tanya comes in to let her know on Instagram. I did send her... I forwarded Hung Vango's post to her because we were talking about his new palette yesterday. I usually don't take my blush up this high. I do want to do something down here, but I'm thinking once I put on other powders and stuff, that'll cover that because that's looking real dusty between both of those contour shades. Like, look at that. Y'all, contour be working. That's what it do. But that's just like, okay. We're going to put that down. We're not going to use a highlighter from in here. So we're going to close this up. We are now... going to, so for those who popping in, this beauty battle is going to be between Natasha Denona Glam Palette and Matte Connecting Color Unfiltered Nudes Palette. So one eye we're going to put one palette on, and the other eye is going to have the other palette. And y'all are going to tell me which eye has on which palette. There will be a giveaway. Thursday will be our last one. The person who guessed correctly the most out of the three, they're gonna win a prize. So let's powder down. Where's my fashion fair powder with the T? We can both be number one because we're both special, and that's my homegirl. Me and Jadessa, man. You would think we knew each other our whole lives, the way we be talking and chatting offline. So we're going to, this is my Scott Bourne's brush. I used to use the brush that I use for contour for the powder under my eye. I don't know why I stopped. I didn't do all the sprays like I did yesterday. That is, I'm gonna have to put something there because that's still just looking like, what happened to your face? Girl! I do tap more gently when I have cream products on. I feel like, not that I ever like press hard on my face, I don't think. Because the cream will not dry down. And so, and I feel like I put more powder when I put on cream products just to make sure it's dry, and then I just dust off the excess. I thought these was grays. This is powder. And I do have a lot of grays. Alright, so now we're just going to lightly just dust or whatever excess powder. Did I powder my nose? So we want to, when you hold your brush further down, it puts less pressure on your face versus when you hold it up here. And so when I dust off, I usually hold it further down so I don't put on a lot of pressure. Alright, so we're going to put the powder, that powder away. Whatever's left in the cap, this goes on my face. You earned your grays today. That sounds really painful, Joe. Like I'm speechless. You are a trooper, for sure. And you said your cocoa brown just perfect. And you know what's ironic about that, Tina? I love me a chocolate drop. Oh my gosh. Like, I don't know what it is. Chocolate drops. Oh, like dudes, chocolate drops with full, soft looking lips. Oh my God. That's my weakness. So what did Joe say? You said it hurt worse than before. I'm going back in the chat. Because that sounds like something that would always hurt. Oh. You are a trooper. You are a trooper. And I do need to put something here because that's looking, yeah. So we're going to go in with the curved powder. Tanya, on Instagram, I forwarded you the Hung Van Gogh post of his new eyeshadow palette. So we're going to, I don't know why I'm like, what's happening? I'm blaming it on the migraine head. So for a contour shade and our bronzer shade, we're going to just use this. This has a shimmer in it. This looks like it has a shimmer in it. Thank you, Joe, for the star. Aww. This has a little shimmer in it. So we're going to have to go ahead and just take this one and we're going to press and wiggle. And we're going to put that where the contour is. Press and wiggle. And this is not necessary, but I always reinforce the colors after I powder down, especially, well, I'm not going to say especially. I was going to say especially because I'm using a powder that's colored to it. The Fashion Fair powder, though, is my complexion. But I find that when I thought about it that quick, even when I'm doing the translucent powder, I still go back and put powder, blush, bronzer, whatever on top. Because sometimes powder does just dull stuff down a little bit. We're going to take this lighter one with the same brush, and we're going to put that in here, because this is just way too light for me. It's just like, girl, what's happening to your face? So we are going to overlap where we put that contour line, because this is kind of like, I think it looks a little better. That was just a little too bright for me. So we're going where the contour is here and down here. So we're just putting this all here just to blend that out. I do think it looks better, but it still is just like, girl. And we're going to just put it up here. I'm sweating a little bit. Put a little bit on our nose. I'm going to put that brush down. For blush, we're going to take this one up here in the corner. Oh, the palettes for tonight? Yeah. Yeah, I did. I did show them twice, but when I see that the numbers go up, I do tend to backtrack too. So we're using the Glam palette from Natasha Denona, and we're using the Connecting Color Unfiltered Nudes by MAC. And y'all know I stand by those MAC palettes, and y'all know I stand by Natasha's too. So this is going to be interesting. On my community tab, last night I talked about the Lethal Against Pat. I found it. I went through my playlist and I found it and I posted that on my community tab. So if y'all didn't see that, or if you just want a refresher, because that was years ago, watch that video. Most people guessed wrong. So the top is the Glam palette. I'm awkward. From Natasha Denona. The bottom palette is MAC Unfiltered Nudes. I highly recommend the Pat. It is less expensive than Natasha. It just works, and so does Natasha. It works. It's not messy. You know, you can get variety out of it. More so from Glam, I was saying earlier, because it is row right here. You have more lighter shades than you have in the Glam palette. Glam palette, it'll give you smokier looks depending on your complexion. But for me, even looking at this shade here and this one here, it's going to kind of blend into my complexion. So it depends on your complexion, your undertone, and what you like. If you want more smokier neutral looks, this is here. If you want more variety as far as the metallics, it would be this one. And so, but these are what we're using tonight. And we are going to do a giveaway, Tanya. Whoever guesses the most correctly, which you can only guess 3 correctly because we're only doing 3, will win. I showed my backups, and so I am thinking maybe a City Beauty plumping lip oil, which to me it doesn't plump. Like I don't feel anything, which is great. Are we gonna use a highlighter from in here? This looks like it might be dusty. Oh shit. Yeah, it's kind of dusty. I'm sweating. It's not horrible. I do have my Hourglass palette out here we're going to use as well. It's, you know what? It's not bad. It's not bad once I blended it. When I first placed it, it was just like, why you got strawberry ice cream on your face? So thank you, Janessa, for sending me these. And so we have used, did I put the other one away already? So we used the cream one she gave us, and we used the powder one. And I remember when I did the swatches, I'm like, that's how we're going to use it, because I always set anyway with regular powder and then go in with corresponding powders. Where is Hourglass? This is volume 2. We're going to use all 3 of these, aren't we? Yeah. So I need more brushes. I'm going to have a lot of brushes to wash. Girl, what else is new? You always have a lot of brushes to wash. I know. I know. Okay, so we put these brushes out the way. Alright, so we're going to use Golden Bronze Light. These are all clean. These are the ones we use for contour bronzer. This is the one we use for blush. This is the one we use for highlighter. This one is an F43 from Sigma, which I love. So, and these all have shimmer in it. So we're just going to use this as a bronzer. And usually people don't use shimmer for bronzer. Crazy Troll Nation, y'all use what you want, how you want. And so we're going to use it for bronzer. And we're also, you know, we just want to do all of this because that'll give me some color back. Because y'all still see this light patch from when I did the contour. And just going to do this area over here. I'm sweating. We're going to use the center one. Let's put that. I'm going to have a lot of brushes to wash. I always do. Radiant Light. This one right here. This one, when I'm going out, I have to be strategic. And because sitting here, it doesn't look like much, right? It doesn't look like hardly anything. And so I just kept putting it on back when I first got it. I kept putting it on, putting it on, putting it on. I went outside, and so this is the side with Radiant Light. This is without. It doesn't look much different, right? I put it on. I put on too much. I'm sitting here like, I don't see it. I don't see it. Put it on, put it on. It is a finishing powder, so it's not supposed to look like a whole lot. Y'all, I went outside. It was a sunny day. And I got my vehicle I pulled down the visor. The way the sun hit my face, it looked like a fairy shit on my face. I looked like one of the Cullens from Twilight. My whole face was just like a disco ball from radiant light. But here it don't look like that. So I learned very quickly, okay, put a lot on when I'm here, but if I'm going out, just a little bit. Now we're going to take soft light, this shit. And I do like this under my eyes. And so we're going to put this under here. And we're also going to use it as a highlight, even though I did put, and this one is the only matte one in here, it looks like. So we're going to put this here as well. So yeah, a lot of products I feel like I use when I do cream, because then I set it with regular powder and then I put blush, bronzer, highlight powder on top of it. So this is our base face. We're so cute. So we're going to put that away. Alright, we're going into, what am I talking about? Matte pencils. Not going to pick with Tanya today. On that one. We're going to put, excuse me, this one is Stay the Night. And we're going to put this on our inner rims. I am sweating. I think I'm having a hot flash. That's what I really think, because it's not warm in here. It really is not. And I am sweating. Even like, because I'm holding my arm like this. This is glistening. Like, this is just gross. And it's dripping down the sides. That is, I hate that. Ugh! And the other one's doing the same thing. I do not like to sweat. I think it feels gross. And when I can feel it running, that's even worse. Like, if I wanted to sweat, I would go camping. When I was going camping back in the day, we used to go up to the Catskills. And the first time we went, the weather was perfect. So we made a tradition out of it to go for that long weekend, for Labor Day weekend. And then, you know, they started having babies. And so that kind of broke our tradition. When the kids got older, we went a few times. But then that was kind of it. Because then they started school, got active in sports and all of that stuff. But the first year we went, it was crazy. It was crazy because the first year we went, weather was perfect, right? This is wet. I'm gonna have to get a dry brush. The second year we went, it was hot. It was hell hot. I was like, whew, it's crazy. This is the last word. We're gonna put this on our lower lash line. So the first year, weather was perfect. Second year, it was hot as hell. And the third year, it was cold. And this is still Labor Day weekend. So from year to year, we had every season. First year, perfect. I think this is almost empty. No, it's not. Okay. First year, perfect. Second year was hell hot. Second year was cold. The fourth year we went, it rained off and on the whole time. I'm just like, what the hell? But that fourth time we went, it was funny in a way, but cool at the same time. Because I would hear from him more than I would hear from her. And her and I were college roommates. But when she started dating him, and I invited her down for my ordination, damn, that was like in 98? Damn. He came with her. He didn't even know me. So I'm just like, what the hell? And so they came down, stayed over, went to ordination, and, you know, celebrated at, you know, my apartment I was in at the time, and they stayed over. And from that point on, I would hear from him more than I would hear from her. And so he had called me, and he had told me that he was going to propose to her on that camping trip that year. So I was just like, oh my gosh. And so that fourth year, when it rained off and on, he did propose. She had always been told she couldn't have kids. And so they were just like, well, we just want to have kids. And he called me one day. He's like, oh, we're having a baby. I'm like, wait a minute, what? She told me the doctor told her, you know, that she couldn't have kids. And he was like, yeah, and we figured, you know, she'll just come off of, you know, the pill and we'll see what happens. Yo, they ended up with 2 kids. And I tell people can say what they want to say. Our bodies are going to do what our bodies want to do, okay? But anytime it was like something big happening, he would call me. And I'm just like, that to me was just kind of strange in a way, but it was also really cool. So yeah, so all the important information I would find out from him calling me to tell me, and I just thought that was like really cool. So we're going to put on the Fenty eye primer. Yeah, so that was really cool. And every now and then he would text me, "You still live in that same place?" And I would be like, "Yeah, what's up?" He was like, "I'm driving through Delaware," and I'm like, "Oh, do you need a place to crash?" He's like, "No, I just thought about you because I was coming over the bridge because they were up in New York." And he had family down in North Carolina, and so he would always be like, "Hey, just thinking about you. I'm coming through Delaware." And I'm like, "All right, if you need to crash, just let me know." And so that was kind of cool too. Um, but yeah, it was just kind of strange in a way that I would hear more from him than her. But it's one of those things where it's a recent friend I ran into. This is a perfect example. Because some friends you have, you might not talk on the phone. You might contact each other once every couple years. And it's like y'all always been talking to each other. Like there's no lapse in time. It's just like we're back where we were before. And then you just catch up on all the stuff that has happened. And a perfect example of that, that's how her and I was. And a perfect example of that is when I went to the Mac store. I probably shared this in a live stream. Hello, Brad. How are you? And I went into the Mac store. I'm sure I mentioned this. And I looked over because I was going in to see I was going in to see Sky because she told me she was going to be leaving, and so I was like, "Well, when is your last day?" And she's like, "You got to come see me if I leave." I'm like, "Okay." And so and so I went in to see her, and I saw she was doing somebody's makeup. So I took one step in, and I looked over, and my second foot kind of came to a stop, and I'm looking like, and the person looked at me. They went, I was like, "So and so." They said, "So and so." They was both like, "No fucking way, y'all." We worked together. I left that job in 2005. I left that job in 2005, and we did stay in touch for a little while. She was like, "Yeah, I came to your wedding, and you showed me the house." I don't remember none of that, and I think I subconsciously blocked some stuff out because the marriage was horrible. But so we did stay in touch for a while. But y'all, 2025, I mean 2005. This is 2016. We haven't seen each other in 21 friggin' years. And so to just see her sitting there in the Mac store, her daughter was getting her face done for prom. I was just like, no fucking way. This is Groundwork Paint Pot from MAC. And so we just like, she was sitting down. So of course she got up and we hugged. And so, we were just hanging out talking while her daughter was getting her makeup done. And so we just kind of like, it wasn't 21 years. We was just like chit-chatting and catching up. Like it wasn't no time going by. And I think that's cool. Like when you have friends like that, like time doesn't matter. Where some people, if you out of touch for a month, that friendship is completely dead. You might even forget they existed. You know what I mean? But she's gonna let me do her face to practice on special effects type stuff and like editorial looks and everything. We just have to plan it. But we just have to set a couple days for that. But I was just like, no fucking way. We're just looking at each other like, and I had braids back then. I said, you know what this mean, right? This mean we both look exactly the same as far as our face. 21 fucking years we have not seen each other. And we were both like, so and so. She was like, so and so. It's like, no fucking way. What? 21 fucking years. And I'm telling you, the universe moves in ways. Whether you believe what you want, I'm not going to tell you what to believe or not what you want. But for me to tell that chick that I was going to come see her before she left MAC, and to go in on that day and to see this person I haven't seen in 21 years, I was just like, what the fuck? No fucking way. Yo, it was hilarious. But yeah, and she lives like 5 minutes away from me. I'm just like, this is crazy. I'm like, this is nuts. But yeah, and we were hella cool, y'all, for real. So I'm gonna put both of these in front of me. I'm gonna show you again, and then we're gonna go. Oh, you know what? Spray the face. Oh, let me close the palette before I spray my face. Yeah, I was just like, wow, we both must look exactly the same. I already primed my eyelids. Usually I do this before I prime my eyelids. I guess I forgot. My handy YouTuber's tool. But yeah, that was so cool. It was like, no way. And then she's like, you remember so-and-so? I'm like, yeah. And she's like, this happened. Like, she was just telling me all the business on all the people that used to work there with us. I was like, man. That was so cool, though. Yeah, so some people you cannot see for 21 years, and you see each other, and it's just like, oh my gosh, what's up? It's like time never passed. And other people would be like, why are you talking to me? But yeah, that was just like, wow. So before we jump in, Natasha Denona Glam Palette at the top, MAC Cosmetics Connecting Color Unfiltered Nudes at the bottom. We're going to put one on one eye and one on the other, and y'all want to tell me which one y'all think is where. So there are some similar shades, but then I'd be saying it, and last night I was struggling. I'm like, this is kind of difficult. But I don't know if I put pictures on my community tab or not. But anyway, we're going to dig into these palettes. I'm going to just put them in front of each other like last night. I have a set of brushes on this side and a set of brushes on this side. Excuse me, so I don't use the wrong brushes. Because y'all know I will use a brush and then go back to it. And I do place them in the order that I use them. So if I do want to go back, it's easy just to go back and to use that brush. So I'm just moving stuff. So, damn. I'm looking in these palettes. I'm trying to get them to sit in a way where they won't be falling over. Okay, wait a minute. I'm having problems. Small station problems. Y'all, how come I sat here and I looked down? I said, oh, something fell. What was it? Y'all, on the floor, next to one of the legs of the stool I'm sitting in, is one of the screws to the stool that I'm sitting in. So if I happen to just like drop out the live, because the chair fell apart. But I think it's one of the screws that don't really matter, because it's one that's always loose, but it doesn't seem, it connects the bar. So like the leg here and the leg here and the bar in the middle, so it just connects the bar, so it doesn't impact anything. But yeah, so if I just happen to drop down and don't come back, or if you hear me yelling, the stool fell apart. Alright, so let's get with this, making sure it's not creasing already, which it kind of looks like it is a little bit. Alright. I think it's going to look creasy because, let's just get to it. So, okay. Yeah, I'm tapping in the air. Nina commented she's not sure if that was her or not, but it does. She said it sounds like something she would say. And it also sounds like something that Locke would say. I do kind of really think it was Nina though, because Nina is technical. She really is, and that comes out in her sketches too. Like she's very detail oriented and she's very technical. So I do really kind of feel like it was Nina, but honestly I don't remember. I would have to watch it back. Looking at these shades. This is not the same color. That's why I was looking at it like, girl, that's not the same color. So what we're going to do, we're going to top this one because, so we're going to take out another one of those brushes. Esom V27. Yeah, this is that color. Okay. Hey, shoe lady! How are you doing today? We're doing a beauty battle. One palette on one eye and one on the other. This is the shade I should have used. Okay. Yeah. But they're still different colors. Alright, so that's our first shade down. One palette is Natasha Denona Glam Palette. The other one is MAC Cosmetics Connecting Color Unfiltered Nudes. And so it's a beauty battle, and y'all are going to tell me which one y'all think is on which eye. This is also an Esom V27. The way the light hits some of these shades. Alright. Man. I'm going to put this here. This is a pretty shade. Both of these are pretty palettes, and both of them are easy to work with. Neither one of them are messy. We are overlapping the pink just to get a blend going. That's pretty. And now this shade, I'm gonna put that here. I really do like both of these palettes, but I don't really want to have a lot in my kit as far as palettes. If y'all have any guesses so far, let me know. I think we're looking good. Uh-oh. Is this really a battle? My eye feel like it's tearing and I'm sweating. If I dab it, it's gonna pull off the makeup. Damn it. Let me just do it anyway. Right? Like right here be crying. Alright, put that brush over here. Ooh. Cause sometimes it look a certain way. That's why I'm like trying to get around how the light is looking. Oh man. I think this is gonna be too dark. Let's see. I'm gonna put this here. Y'all, these are both pretty palettes. Do either one of y'all have either one of these palettes? The Natasha Denona Glam palette or the MAC Unfiltered Nudes palette? Black said it wasn't her. I really do think it was Nina for some reason. She is technical like that. And she did say it's something, she said it sounds like something she would say, and then she said it sounds like something you would say, but deep down I do think it was Nina. I don't remember which battle it was, but I do know it was one with Pat McGrath. Alright, now we're gonna go this shade. You have the Glam. It's a beautiful palette. It really is. This is closer than last night, I think. So we are overlapping just the blend. So we're going back and forth where the two colors meet. This is a lighter chocolate. That's pretty. Going back to this brush. Then this brown over here. So we're bringing this in because we brought that one in. Hello. How are you? You purchased the MAC Kajal eyeliners waiting for delivery. That is exciting. I don't have any Kajal liners because they irritate my eyes. I be wanting to though. I really do because they have black, but every black I've ever tried has irritated my eyes. Okay, now we're gonna do our outer corner. So do y'all have any guesses like which side is Glam from Natasha and which side is MAC? This is close. Oh my gosh. Outer corner. I have two options for outer corner for a dark shade. We're gonna use that one because I think those are a little bit closer than the other one. Ah, man. Yes. Okay. All right. I'm saying like I'm arguing with myself. Like, yeah, all right. Like, just do it. I love this brush. I love this brush. I have 8 of these and 4 of the newer ones of the same brush. I like these for inner corner because the bristles are angled. Whereas this one they're just not, but it allows me to go exactly where I want to go. That line looking janky right here. Gotta unjank it. Hey Monique, how are you doing? I like it. I'm gonna just buff a little bit right here. I like it. And the other side, this eye is tearing downward. I can see where it is like washing away all the product under there. That's why I didn't even bother using the lipstick applicator because this whole area where my finger is wet. Alright, so this shade. So does anybody have any idea like which side is Natasha? Which side is MAC? I do think. Are you turning upward as well? I do think this is closer than last night. Nobody has any guesses? They are close. They are. I agree. They are very close. You guessed. Oh, I just now see it. Is on the left over here. Right now you see Natasha's on the left. And why do you think this is Natasha on the left? How come There's like a white border, like right here where the primer is, and that's why I was looking. This side don't have it, so I guess I need to bring that color out a little bit further. Oh man, this side is starting to tear upward. What is going on, y'all? When I had my last treatment for migraine prevention and treatment, I don't know what the hell was going on. I started crying. My hands started shaking. I mean, I don't know, like what that was like the worst. That was the worst. Like my first time, I shed a few tears, but I really like broke the fuck down, and I was just like I don't understand what's happening. And but both the doctor and the nurse, they took very good care of me. The nurse ran off and she came back with some ginger ale and a cup of ice. Actually, two of the small jars. Actually, three of the small bottles. I mean, cans of ginger ale. And I was sitting there and I was all shaky. She's like, "Do you want me to bring you some peanut butter crackers or blah 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 blah?" And I was sitting there like, "What the fuck? Like, what was happening?" And the doctor, he is extremely busy. He sat down and he waited and he's like, so he's talking to me and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, what? Like, I don't know what was happening that day. I really just broke the fuck down. And I did make sure to thank both of them. Like when I said, okay, I don't feel shaky anymore. I feel like, I'm okay. I had stopped crying. I was just trying to, and I was overheated too. And I'm just like, the hell. And so, but when I had told him, I said, I'm feeling okay now. I don't feel shaky. I'm just, trying to just chill for a minute. And so then, he started packing up his stuff. And then I said something to him. He came back and sat down. Like they take really good care of me. They really do. And so I made it a point to thank them both a couple times. I'm like, thank you and you for like being here to take care of me today. Like I don't know what was happening that day. This side, the shape is, oh fuck. And I said to him, I said, this was the worst. He was like, yeah, this was like the most intense. Like, I don't know what the hell was happening. Like my system just gave out. Oh, thank you. You're hiding. I wished I could have hid because I was just like, I was like, I don't know what is happening. We're going to leave it like this because it is two different looks. My makeup is lifting off of my nose from the sweat. What I'm wondering, y'all, is do I put enough primer and foundation like in this area right here? Because wiping off the sweat should not be lifting off the makeup the way it does. And it looks worse in person. Like I can see like patches of my skin. Yeah, this eye is tearing upward. I can feel it. Thank you. So now Janet doesn't know. So she said Natasha here. And then she don't know. All right, because there's going to be a prize. So far, 1-1 for Janet and Tanya. Last night they both guessed correctly. We're not going to do like we did yesterday. We are going to put a brow bone color. So we're going to put these two away because we didn't use them. Where's the way for those? Over here? So we are going to take two of these from Scott Barnes. And I got an itch. Excuse Bruce. Damn. Did we use these colors? I don't think we used these colors. Okay, you're doubling down. This side, Janet is saying, is Natasha. Hello, and thank you for the star. So we're going to put this right up under the brow. Over here. That little strip of light, y'all, I just love it. And this brush is perfect for that. Wow, that's beautiful. And then, yeah, this shade over here. These are a lot closer. I'm really curious to see how Thursdays is going to come out because both palettes have shades that look similar, but then they both also have colors that each palette doesn't have. That is cute. This shape is getting on my nerves over here, like, but it's okay. We're going to do lower lash line. Yeah, this is tearing upward. Both of them are tearing upward. So that inner corner shade, whatever's in the brush, we're just going to pat that color back on because when it tears upward, it creates a hole because my tear is like eating through. This is the brush for here. We're just going to pat it because it just like eats through the shadow. All right, so for lower lash line, we're only going to use one color for lower lash line. I pulled out 4 of these, well, the 4 we used yesterday, because I did take them off the thing today. Lower lash line. Ooh, we're going to go smoky. Hi, Denise. How are you? And Locke says Natasha. No, Natasha's the right. So Janice says this is Natasha. This is my left. And Locke says this is Natasha on my right. Okay. So for lower lash line, all right, we're going to use this color. I'm going to put this under here. I got to make sure not to make noise. All I know is that it was one of the palettes was a mothership from Pat. The other one I don't remember. The one I talked about in the live last night, I remembered what those palettes were, so that's why it was kind of easy to find those, well, to find that one. But the other one I don't remember. But yeah, that was really smart. They were like, I went by sound, and they were right. And those are one of those things that stick with me. Like half the time, y'all, unless I have an appointment, I don't have to. If I don't have an appointment for that day, I don't know what day of the week it is. And I be talking about 3 times 3 is 6. So for me to remember something like that from years ago, it's just like, huh? So it's like and I used to say like the weirdest things stick with me, but it's not the weirdest thing. Unique things stick out to me. Monique says Natasha on the right. So we have 2 for the right, Locke and Monique, and we have Janet who doubled down that this is Natasha on my left. Okay, we gonna see how Kevin Hart said. We're gonna learn today. Y'all gonna learn by the end of this live. Yo, he is so funny. Gonna learn today. It is wet under here. I think I'm just having a hot flash, because it is not hot in here. Y'all, this is close. This is way closer than last night. This brush is wet, because all of this is wet under here for my eyes here. So let's bring it this way. This brush is wet. Let me get a dry one. Good thing I got 4 of them, right? Okay, that feels better. My shadow looking funny because I got a wet spot in it. I'm gonna use a lipstick applicator and take that wet spot out of there. And I'm being careful not to make no noise. Alright, so upper lash line, I was thinking to be a little punkish today and put a red, but then I remember we're supposed to use we can do that. We'll do that under the brow. That's what we'll do. Thank you, Joe. Yeah, so we're going to put this, we're going to put this on upper lash line because my eyes are teary. If I put this water activated on top of it, it's just going to wash away with my tears. So we're going to put that under the brow because that was really nice yesterday how we did that. I think this is going to need some Dora line. Is that a hole in the middle? No, it's not. That's not a hole. No, that's not a hole. Inglot doesn't have names, they have numbers. No, that wasn't a hole. That was another color from somewhere. Thank you, Monique. This number is number 79. It's cheaper on Amazon, in the Inglot store on Amazon, than it is on the Inglot website. Make that make sense. Because I would think it would be more on Amazon, because I'm thinking that you have to pay to have your stuff on there, is what I'm thinking. But it's cheaper on Amazon than on the Inglot website. So we're going to put this, I think I need some Dora line in here, like this. It's on the brush. I need to put Dora line in it because it's on the brush, but it's not wanting to play along. I'm going to side with Janet and say Natasha's on the left. All right, so we have Janessa and Janet on the left. We have Monique and Locke saying Natasha's on the right. Okay. This is really close. So what's making y'all pick the size that you're picking? Because that's always curious to me too. Excuse me. So why are y'all saying this is Natasha, and why are the other two saying this is Natasha? Excuse me. Thankfully, my migraine went away. It'll probably come back later. But actually I had one earlier this morning too. So they're going to come and go probably for like the next 4 days, because this is my hormonal time. It's so wonderful being a person with certain body parts. But this does need door line in it, but I'm just fighting with it. Yo, I am sweating. There's like a gosh. If I put door line in it, it would make this easier to do. The thing with when I put door line in it is that if I put too much, it bleeds out. Natasha is shinier, she says. Yo, look at my face. Like, what the fuck? You're saying left because of the silver color. So this is picking up all sorts of... This is what's making me think all of them sprays I did yesterday. Oh my gosh, that looks horrible. Look how much it teared. Like, it just took off all of this under here. Damn. This is just guessing. No, this brush is wet. Because all them sprays I put yesterday, this wasn't happening. But then I wasn't having a hot flash yesterday either. So. Yeah, not fun. We're going to bring this out. Bring it back in. We're not going to do a long one because it's not going to go far because it's dry. And I really don't feel like messing with... Yo, I am just hot. What the hell? Yeah, that looks horrible. Hello, life with Yaya. How are you doing tonight? I'm saying left because of the silver color. They are closed though. Wait a minute, let me see who said that. Oh, Joe. Okay, I'm gonna have to write down who's saying what before I do the reveal, so I can keep track of who guessed correctly for when we do the giveaway. This one is longer than the other side. Alright. Thank you for the thumbs up, y'all. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. And we'll be back Thursday with another beauty battle. I don't know what we're doing next week for lives. I'm doing okay. Sitting here having a hot flash, but you know, other than that, you know, I'm alright. Like, I am seriously like sweating, and it's not even hot in here. Alright, so now we're going to take, I'm going to take a red from in here. So we're going to just pop out this first one. It's really cool that they do that, so you don't necessarily have to like hold the entire palette. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, drop stuff. Water. Need a brush. These two can go away because we didn't use those. We have water in here because these are water activated liners. We're gonna dip the brush in the water. And we're going to go for that red. And so we're going to swipe the brush in here to activate the paint. Get it on the brush. And I think I just want to do a line down here this time. Oh, but then it looks like it's just hanging. So just doing a little graphic line. And do they look the same? What? So we're going to go ahead and bring this out. And we're going to go ahead and bring this out. Yes, baby. All right. So that is that. Put this down. Close up the water before I knock it over like I've been spilling other stuff. Dropping stuff on the floor. That. It's just like an extra little tidbit for the look. I'm gonna pop this back in. Okay. Lip, and then we're gonna be, oh no. Line Conceals Booster XL Mascara Base. You know what I think I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna go ahead and open up that Beyond Mascara today. Or do I want to open up an Esom? I got 2 Esoms in my backup, and I have one. My shoulder just popped. Ow. And I have one Beyond mascara. Yeah, I'm gonna open up an Esom. Because I don't have any over there, correct? Correct. Alright, so we're gonna toss this. And reach down to get my backup thingy. Y'all, my finger got stuck. This finger is stuck. Yo, what the fuck? Ow! This one was stuck. Remember the time, like, something over here got, yo, I'll be going through. Where's the, I don't want to drop all of this stuff. Esom. Yo, I don't know what, I only had 40 ounces of water today, so I might just be dehydrated. Yeah, so we're gonna open up this. Yo, I am sweaty. This is horrible. And this is just like, that whole patch is just there. So this is Esom. And you know you got a good product when the title is simple. This is called The Mascara. Ain't no fly high, sky high, volumizing, drama, sexy, something, whatever. It's just called The Mascara. That's when you know your product is good. The Mascara. And like MAC lip liner, it's called lip liner. It ain't nothing fancy. What's that colorful tray you popped out? The red. Actually, Janet that's in here in the chat gifted me this. It's from Mandy Makeup. And it's water activated. It says candy paint right here. This says Mandy Makeup. This says candy paint. And this says artistry palette. And yeah, so these are water activated paints. Different colors as you saw. And I like that you can just pop it out. So you don't necessarily, you don't have to just like hold the whole palette. I'm clumsy. Yeah, but they pop right back in. Yeah, that's cute, right? The first time, and I'm a label whore too, among other whores. I received this from her in March. I just used it for the first time yesterday. I felt so bad. And yesterday I used this white from in this one. And my eyes were itching. So I said today I'll just put it up here. What am I doing? Oh, mascara. The mascara. You're welcome, Monique. That is really pretty. And I felt bad because I'm like, I had it all this time and didn't use it. I was like, that's so shy. We're going to fix this under eye because, oh, this finger's hurting. Oh my God. I like this mascara. I like the mascara. The mascara. When you know your product is good, you don't need to be all fancy with the names that draw people in. Don't look at that. If you've had hot flashes, somebody asked me what does it feel like as opposed to just being hot. For me, a hot flash feels like I'm burning up from the inside out. Where if it's a sunny day and you're in the sun and like, okay, your skin feels hot, start to sweat. Though this is from the inside. It's like burning from the inside out. You're on fire from the inside out. So even if you're in front of fans and eating ice and all that, it don't matter. Because it's not coming from outside, it's coming from inside. For me anyway, I don't know how it is for anybody else, but I like this mascara. But yeah, I'm having a hot flash. I started having hot flashes, y'all, when I was 33. I'm 56 now. When is it gonna end? When? It is very uncomfortable because I can't do anything with your sweat. And just keep drinking cold beverages and just lay in front of a fan, which again only does so much because it's coming from the inside. Yeah, fire from the inside out, and there's nothing I can do about it. Pulling off all my makeup every time I dab. Lip and we'll be done. I'm gonna have to write down who said what before I do the reveal because it was quite a few y'all today. Yesterday it was only I think like 3 people. We're doing a dark lip. Both of these are MAC. These are their retro matte liquid lip colors. This one is Caviar. This one is High Drama. Why am I feeling like I'm forgetting something? We're going to take a random brush. We're going to go into actually radiant light, because that's just looking like a hole to me, and I just want to, I don't want to do a lot, but I just want to make it not look like a hole without doing a whole lot to it, because it'll wash back off again with my tears. Well, not my tears, but the sweat. And because this has shimmer in it, a light shimmer, more like a sheen. And so you see how that just, I can still see it, but it's not as horrible. It doesn't look like a brown hole. Because we put that there, we're going to put some over here just to keep it even. And so that worked, I think. All right. Okay, so message held for review. Oh, thank you, Tina. I don't know why they didn't show that. You'll take hot flashes over the monthly visitor, and mine is coming. But then I have flashes just randomly, and like I could be anywhere, any time of the month. It just happens. Like there's no pattern to it at all whatsoever. Thank you, Tina. Thank you. So we're gonna use Caviar almost as a lip liner. Thank you, Joe. I am following my natural lip line. My lips are not symmetrical at all. So when I follow the line, it looks uneven. And so that's what I was just trying to make it look even. This is my favorite liquid lipstick formula. Yeah, it's my natural lip line. This side is more full, but I don't want to overline too much. I have hot flashes and I live in Phoenix, Arizona. It's 1:13 today. I cannot imagine that. So that's burning up from the inside and from the outside. And this is high drama. I wish that they had a deep purple. These, of course, black is the darkest one they have. This is the next darkest one. And the next one next to this is like a shimmer purple. What? Can you give me a deep black, a deep purple one or something? So we're going to put this inside Caviar. And now I got quiet. Oof, we got this vampy lip going on. Now this side is looking too far down. The other side, I don't care. You like, right? And another reason I like these too is because, like for Caviar, I use the tip of it as a lip liner, and then for high drama, I use it flat. So you have options with these. My lip line is looking crazy. Should I fix it, y'all, or leave it alone? I do have Caviar MAC lip pencil. Part of me is like, just freaking leave it, because like, where are you going? Shade. I love how you love it. Black is my favorite lipstick color. And sometimes when I do a black lipstick, Tina said leave it. Okay, Tina, stop yelling at me. Okay, I put it away. Somebody commented like, oh, that look is pretty. I would love to see it with a lighter lipstick. I commented back, fun fact, black is my favorite lipstick color. Makeup is preference. I know, Joe Tina be, you know what I'm saying? But you know, she a member. Members can tell me what to do. They get to make requests and they have some say over the channel. So I put it down. I put it down. Hi, Gabriella. So this is the look. So let me write down who's saying what so I can keep track of who said what. I got brushes everywhere in front of me. Oh my goodness. All right, so one side, Gabrielle, is Natasha Denona Glam palette. The other palette on the other eye is MAC Unfiltered Nudes. And so we're doing a beauty battle to see who can guess which is what. We're doing one more battle Thursday, and whoever has the most number right, which should only go up to 3 because we're doing 3, they will win a prize. And so, what is today's date? Today's the 18th. Okay, so for the 17th, and I did put it in my calendar. So yesterday, Janet and Tanya guessed correctly. Today is the 18th. All right, so who's saying this is Natasha? I believe it was Locke and Janessa said that this was Natasha on the left side, right? So I'm writing that down. Let me know if I'm not right. Janessa. Oh, shoot. Okay, wait. Okay. So Janessa and Locke said the right side was Natasha. Okay, so Janessa and Locke, if you're still here, y'all said this side is Natasha, right? This is my right side. Y'all saying this is Natasha. That radiant light cleaned that up quite nicely. But when I go, if I were to go outside in the daylight, it would be like, oh girl, that's bright. All right, so Locke and Janessa said the right side. This is the right side. Thank you so much. You should see me without makeup on. People be like, your skin is glowing, girl. I'm like, skincare. Skincare. So left side is Janet. And, okay, she just, okay. You guess that just for balance. To oppose Janet. So Janet says Natasha. Joe says oh damn, okay, wait a minute. So Locke, you're the only one that's on the right side. So Janessa's over here. Why do I feel like this is a game show? And okay, and Monique is on the right. So she's keeping you company, Locke. So Janet, Janessa, and I think Joe said the left. This is the left. I'm confused. Wait. Okay, y'all just fixed it. Okay, Janessa, Janet on the left, and Joe is on the left. All the J's is on the left. And on the right, we have Monique and Locke. This is the right for Natasha. All right, is that it before I do the reveal? Janet, Janessa, Joe. This is Natasha. Monique and Locke. This is Natasha. That weird text message. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I got lipstick on my teeth. Actually, no. I don't know why I be looking like that sometimes. One day I'm gonna come on here with tooth wax on. I'm like, hey y'all, and it's gonna look like I got a tooth missing. And somebody who hasn't been here, they're gonna be like, oh my gosh, what happened? Or somebody will come and be snarky, like, you missing a tooth, haha, like a tooth wax, bitch. Anyway. I'm gonna do that one day. Okay, so this is Natasha. These are close. So Natasha is on the left. So Janet, Janessa, and Joe were correct. And this is MAC on the right. So this is what this is looking like. Y'all made this so much fun. So, but y'all, it is close. And we use more shades for this battle than last night. So we used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shades. Last night I think we only used 5, but we put 2 lower lash line, so it was only like 3 on the lid, and we didn't even do a brow bone. But yeah, so this is this, and this is Natasha. Get the glare off. Super close, super close. So here's the next question. I know, right, Monique? So what gave it away? Somebody said because of the shine over here with the gray. But y'all, these are close for real. And we used, what I say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shades. So this has 12 in there, and this has 15. So we used a good half of the palette for both of these looks. But y'all know I stayed away from these pinks. So like if I put a, actually we did use a pink. So this palette, the first shade I put on, I think it, no, because we started on the left. We put this on, wait a minute, what did we put? We put this one on first, that in the corner. And then I put this one on this side, and that's why it was so pink. And I'm like, oh shit. So then we went back to Natasha, and I think we put this one or this one for in the corner to get it to look pink like how this one was. The silver shade is your favorite in that palette, says Joe. Yeah, these, and both of them work so well. Neither one are messy. It's not any fallout or anything. I do recommend them though. Love the final look. Shocking me. I know I love these battles. I don't do them often because I don't have a lot of palettes that look like it might be something else I have. But y'all, this was close. This was hella close. So far, Janet got 2 correct. And Tanya, Janessa, and Joe got 1 correct. So our final battle is Thursday. So make sure y'all come back Thursday to guess those, because Janet has 2. And if she guesses wrong next time, and when y'all that guess right today guess right, yeah, we're gonna have some winners. Well, and somebody's gonna win anyway. But yeah, thank you, Joe. This was so much fun, even with all the tearing and all the sweating and the hot flashes and my finger cramping up and dehydration. Y'all got issues. But this was a lot of fun. Thank you, y'all, for being here. Hi, Karen. Oh, thank you. We're about to go. If you're just getting here, do watch the replay, because we're getting ready to end, but it automatically converts to a video. So you can just click back once it's over and watch what we did. We did a beauty battle. 1 palette over here. Actually, I can hold them up again now since we're done. We did this palette on this eye and this palette on this eye, and they had to tell me which was which. And there will be a winner after we do the one on Thursday. So yeah, it was really close. These palettes, yeah, except for the pinks in here, even though there's only just 1 pink in here, these are close. These are close. So we're going to go for tonight, y'all. I'm digging this lip. Y'all know I love a dark lip, and this vampy too. What? And so we're going to go. You're welcome. Chat tomorrow on this Wednesday. What time? We'll be back here Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. On my channel. Janessa, of course you're going to do a live after this one. You was cleaning some files and you found something fun. Yeah, so check this out, y'all. Janessa and I love to tag team people. She loves doing live streams as much as I do. And there's quite a few times when I'll finish a live and then she'll go live. And so she's here in the chat. So subscribe to my channel. When this is over, click on her channel and click notification, because she does, well, I don't know, it's not scheduled yet, but yeah, click on her channel in a few minutes to watch her. But make sure y'all subscribe here and click the notification bell. We do lives here at least 3 times a week. Yeah, and Janessa does lives way more than I do. So yeah, and if you came later on in this live, just come back later to watch it from the beginning and see how we did these looks that look similar, but they're 2 different palettes. And so this was a lot of fun. Y'all made it so much fun, y'all, and I do appreciate that. I love hanging out with y'all and chatting with y'all. We're going to go and, look out for Janessa in a few moments. And as always, self-acceptance, self-love. That is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you, and y'all will see me soon. Oh, thank you, Karen. I appreciate that. All right, good night, y'all. See you Thursday. Bye. Go see Janessa.